going to red flag the event. They're going to stop the field, restart the race, and try and settle it.
Big slide for Burt Myers into the turn 1 wall. And this partisan crowd, you're either for the Myers here at Bowman Gray or against them.
You keep an eye on the crowd now. Half of them, like you said, are going to be happy, and half of them are ready to fight.
Off the front end of Ricky Stenhouse car.
Well, you can see all those cars behind him there. It was kind of, Burt Myers got in front of him, and they was all just trying to scramble to get around him. And
top of the screen.
Yes, he just turned him. Yeah, it was.
It looked like he got loose.
Looked out of shape before Stenhouse got to him, didn't
Well, he got moved up the racetrack down in 3 and 4, and he was trying to get back down. It was a little more. It was a Paul Harvey in that story.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a big shot, too.
Yep, into the brand new safer barrier. It's been installed all the way around Bowman Gray. Sprinkling in turn 2 has put us under caution at lap 10. With William Byron leading. NASCAR has quite a number of jet dryers that they will employ to get the flat areas of this racetrack, and that includes the backstretch pit road and the short chutes from start finish to turn 1 and from turn 4 coming back. There's one of the jet dryers. They also have the Air Tundras. This is a NASCAR patented track drying system that once the rain stops, those units mounted on pickup trucks, and they sing a one-note song, but that concentrated blast of air does a great job of drying the race surface, and then they'll finally put cars out on track, and the heat from the exhaust and the tires will help to dry the racing surface. All right, the jet dryers are clear of the back straightaway. And it looks like just a couple of them coming around turn number 4 and heading for home. We are minutes away from restarting the Daytona 500, which right now has 17 laps complete. Looking at the weather, it looks like most of that is going to stay to the south of us. There is always a chance of just the corner of that system catching the speedway, but it looks like if that happened, it would be a very brief shout. The pace car brings the field down pit road. This time, instead of stopping in their stalls, they're kept to the outside edge of pit road. See a few sprinkles there on the spoiler cam, and going to hold them a bit because
small cell.
Not making this up. This is expected to be just the edge of this cell system, and the hope is here that they will not, quote, lose the track, unquote, which is when the track gets so wet that it's too wet to compete.
Watch this thing off the bumper at Custer. It just continues to get worse and worse as they come down through this straightaway. Starts there, starts dancing around across the front bumper. Some more here, gets crossed up. Rest is history. There it goes. Now watch the 60 car, Preece. Bam!
Yeah, you saw the...
Gets up on the... That's wild. I've never seen a car do that. That shows how fast they go.
And they pile up behind him. This is from Erik Jones. Oh. Whoa. An incredible camera work by our Fox crew.
I'm so glad to see that window net down and him be able to get out of that thing. Whew, that's scary.
It's unbelievable what it looks like when these cars get caught by the air like that. And I'm with you, Clint. I've never seen one take off like with a wheelie like that. But they just flip around like they don't weigh 3,600 pounds.
Well, nothing weighs that much at 186 miles an hour.
Saw the airbox just blow away. The right front tucked up underneath the A-post there.
Car did its job, though.
And he walked away.
Whew. I've been there. That's a bad feeling. Did you hear how quiet they got?
Ah, you see him tuck his head right there.
There is no worse feeling in the world than that.
Many months later.
If you can't make the passes or clear to make the pass, oh, that's tight right there.
There he goes up the track, Custer, and he turns Bowman into the outside wall. They clip Briscoe, the pole sitter.
Hard hit for the 48 of Bowman, head on into the outside wall.
Suarez also a part of this accident.
4 wide, Ty Dillon. He goes through, but the 2 makes contact with the 41 Cole Custer. Just spins Cole around, the 48 head on into the wall, just a chain reaction there. Looked like the 35 wasn't quite aware that there were 4 wide. Herbst coming down the track slightly. Squeezed all these guys. You hate to wreck at the back of the field like that too. Just
Briscoe get it right there at the end. Just an absolute gigantic hit on the 48. But remember, Briscoe had that slow pit stop. We saw it live.
Yeah,
that's what had him back there. Look at this shot. Unbelievable. The amount of force, 3,500 pounds at 180 miles an hour. And then right through there, you're going to see Briscoe get turned a little bit and slide down to the left.
you wonder why they're wrecking back at the back of the pack. Well, these restarts are so critical. It's really such an opportunity to take advantage of everybody and gain as many spots as you can. You see the field under the red flag on the front straightaway. You have to be aggressive in every restart in this series today. It is the culture, the code, all of that has changed. It's super aggressive on restarts from the front of the field all the way to the back.
I'm not going to go all the way in and say it's a full-on rain shower, but enough precipitation that NASCAR said, let's go ahead, pull the cars down pit road, and they're going to do some work to the track to make sure it's where it needs to be. So all of this happening as we're just over the halfway point, stage 1. Joey Logano starts on the pole, and he's led the first 43 laps in this race.
I'd keep the drivers close because I think that it ain't going to be long before we get going again. There's a lot of contact right there. As Christopher Buescher lifts off the gas, the 7, all those cars behind him, they all just make, they just run in the back of each other. Big accordion effect. They caught the 9 so quickly down the back straightaway, and
Nemechek did a good job to hang on to it here. I mean, bounces off the wall, and I thought for sure he would go around. 3rd car outside lane, but he's able to hang on to it. Reddick does the same, and then the crash is on behind him.
That was such a great shot as they were just coming at you. You see him kind of just dart out of line.
oh, Kyle Busch just getting caught in the right rear quarter panel late.
Now we ride with Bubba Wallace.
Can he get it slowed down?
What a job.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, right.
He did a good job there.
Here we go. This is right at the front. Kind of the cause, 11:42.
It looks like Denny lets his head bounce around in that headrest. So many hard shots. But it looks like he turns the 42, but there's contact in front of the 42 as well. The 7, the 42, all those cars.
I'm trying to figure out why the 42. I mean, it wasn't on purpose, right? Like, why the 42's nose darts right? Is it off the rear bumper of the 7?
The 11's offset when he runs into the back of him.
Okay.
Kind of hits him a little bit to the left side.
Oh, boy. That ride right there can hurt as much as the wreck.
You ain't lying.
Probably got like half the field, didn't it?
So he's asking about the numbers.
Yeah.
So, why is Denny Hamlin still in there? So he can get out, but if he kind of stays in the car, as I said, this car is beaten, battered as it looks. He can go back there for repairs. So he's going to ride back in the garage. He's going to take a look with his team and see if on the list of approvable items. Now, there are certain components that if they're busted, your day's over.
Yeah.
I like this change. I like that the teams can work on them, can repair. I mean, the fans bought tickets. They've come out here. We want to see as many cars on the racetrack as possible. And you have a big wreck like that, can really limit the field.
how much movement there is in the steering wheel.
Oh,
contact.
Hocevar around.
Hocevar's around. Someone's getting blocked by the 77. A big pile of cars.
There's just no room to work, and they're all wedged together here.
And that's the problem with this racetrack, where the spotters cannot see everything. You can tell that everybody's running into this wreck with no understanding that there are cars blocking the racetrack. So obviously, no spotters in any location are able to give warning to these drivers.
Brad Keselowski is stopped. Suarez, Will Brown, Todd Gilliland, a part of that. Riley Herbst. And you see right in front of it the 77 of Carson Hocevar, qualified road 2.
Oh my goodness, such a hard lick right there. And he spins right around in front of Dillon. And now here comes everybody piling into this crash. Wow.
They have no idea, right?
Oh.
I mean, all of these cars continuing. This is just going to be a huge hit for the 77. Let's go on board with Brad K. Take a look at this. Oh my gosh.
Just like what you do on the highway, right? They're checking up in front of you, you get woed, and immediately you look up in your rearview mirror to make sure the guy behind you is paying attention.
Yeah, do I need to pull off the side of the road here?
Exactly.
Now we're going to red flag to get this untangled. Dale, you called it. That 77, he hits the big Hamlin. Look at the damage to the wall above. We stay right on this shot just for a second. Bring your attention all the way up here. Look at this wall. It kind of has this big jut in it right there. That's the damage from the 77. So they're probably going to have to repair that barrier. But it starts because he hits the other side, driver's right, which pitches him left.
Yeah, at the apex of turn 11, just clipping that wall. And the uniqueness of racing at a street course is this is the only place where these drivers are going to probably run against barriers in the apexes of these corners, right? And I think we talked about this earlier today, guys, where we heard these drivers really tell us that they don't quite truly understand exactly how big these cars are, where the right side, where the left side is. And they actually get into the wall sometimes when they think they have plenty of room, because the car is they're still learning really where the corners of this race car is, because it's so big compared to the Xfinity car we race or the generation previous to this.
And the rain's starting to come down even harder here in turn 2 right now.
We were like less than 10 minutes time of day from finishing this thing. Caution comes out, the rain has arrived. And the rain will help delay the decision-making for everyone. And I look, it's 5:30 right now on the East Coast. Daylight doesn't end here till after 8 o'clock. We got a long way to go here this afternoon, potentially.
The sail isn't big enough to end the day. Looking on the radar there, it's not a big enough sail to end the day. Really be determined on what NASCAR decides to do. But if I were looking at this and any other day, I would tell you that more than likely we'll probably have the chance to get back on the green.
They're going to bring the cars down pit road. It's closed. There's no reason to ride them around and burn the 14 laps. I think we all know the rain is coming. Now it's just a question of what does the radar look like? How heavy is the rain? Unfortunate for Chad. I thought the one was going to be better today. I really did. I know he had no practice, but he always seems to show up here. So this is a sour end to just a kind of very mediocre day for the one car when you look at his Dover stats.
Denny loves Dover, but he didn't need drama, and he's going to get a little bit of it here. Bringing the cars, as Steve said, down the pit lane with the rain, and they'll park them, and we'll wait a little bit to see how things go, how quickly we can get it dried, and what this cell produces weather-wise here at the track.
And I think there's more, Dale, to your point, so we talk about track conditions, but they also have to think about public safety. Is there electricity? Do they have to clear the grandstand? I think there's a lot of layers that go into this decision that are, I've never had to make it. I've never been in the tower to have to make this decision. So we'll hear what they say.
See the crews coming over the wall as everybody is parked. They'll display the red flag, and we'll sit and wait and see how things transpire the rest of the afternoon.
On how much throttle to use, how hard to push these cars.
Oh, the yellow's out.
Caution,
wow.
6 laps to go. Wow.
Stay hard here, stay hard.
Some rain in turn 1, we're being told. Oh, that's unbelievable.
What's at us now is just a little pop-up. Didn't really show up on the radar until it was just here. And then 30 miles out is a bit bigger rain. That's nothing to worry about short term.
There's the rain. So, yeah, coming down pit road here. So we're not You know, in certain parts of the racetrack, not really seeing that much rain, but
this will be interesting. I want to race at Pocono one time and only rained in turn 2.
It's going to rain. You're going to leave the track.
All right.
It's just the laps are going to run us out of fuel to the end.
Yeah, that's a tough predicament to be in.
Oh yeah, it's wet now. I mean, look at the truck with the windshield wipers on, leaving tire tracks.
Goodness.
So if the whole track gets wet, it takes forever to drive. It's just one corner. We'll see what NASCAR does.
Typical Indianapolis, so much strategy. How hard was this race to keep up with you and your engineers up here?
Well, there certainly was a lot going on, and you know, credit to some of those other guys that were full at the end of stage 2, and that let them take you know, rights in a shorter fill under green. Kind of knew that may play out, and to see it happen and have to keep up with it really pushed us. And you know, we're still in position. Definitely a mix of strategies around us. This race always kind of presents that, and now just hoping we get to finish it out.
All right, Cliff Daniels watching to see if it's going to stop raining here, and it kind of has stopped here on pit road. And Adam, you can always count on the jet dryers to come right by you when you're doing a crew chief interview, right?
It's Murphy's Law, Marty.
Exactly, exactly.
I'll say this, and we were just talking about it right before the caution came out, maybe 10 laps ago, about the drama that seems to always unfold late at Indy and how hard it is to close the deal. And I said it, 5 more minutes of no rain and the race is over, and Bubba Wallace might very well win this thing. And now the total complexion changes.
Rips this one through the left side and a base hit. Here comes McLean. Profile will lob it into third, and Austin Hayes has put the Reds on the board in the first inning.
I tell you what, the umpires are going to make a call here, I think. They're starting to worry about the infield as we watch this base hit. And again, this infield, not like your typical infield where it's going to hold a lot of water. And they're going to keep their eye on it, make sure no players at risk. At some point, they're going to have to make a decision to get the tarp back on the field, which I think they're doing right now.
I was going to say this is kind of a losing battle at this point. The rain's raining faster than they can carry those bags of quick dry.
Terry's not going to be really happy at all. He's going to just talk about how he's going to lose his young man as the starter now.
And so the tarp is coming back out.
Michael, do we have a decision on tonight?
Well, Ken, we're going to suspend tonight's game. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Resume.
It was announced today that Connor Zilic will be racing full-time in Cup, and there's a big one here. Around goes Bubba. Busch is in it as well. There's Bowman. Bowman's in the wall. Stenhouse is in there. So too Cindric and Zane Smith.
Is it going to be this kind of night? I mean, it has gotten wild already.
Toyota on board for Bubba. I'm with you. I think he thinks he only has 1 car below him. He ends up with 2 because if we go back and watch it again, the 22 of Logano kind of gets put in a bad spot, which is going to hurt Logano. He's going to go backwards. So watch right here. The 22, there's fire out the pipes. The 8's going to get to the bottom. The 5's going to be outside. Now, if we freeze it right there, the 8's bottom, the 22's middle, the 23's top. But Bubba Wallace is in what would be the middle lane of the racetrack. As we roll it forward, I don't think Bubba knows he's 3 wide top because of where he is on the racetrack. He starts moving left, and then Kyle and Logano Logano has nowhere to do. He's out of the gas, and that's it. The 23 comes across the nose of the 22. But I'm with you, Jeff. I'm just not sure the 23 of Bubba Wallace has any idea there are 2 cars below him while being in the middle of the racetrack.
And of course, it's at the front of the pack. So now all of these guys that had nothing to do with the wreck whatsoever, they come piling into it with nowhere to go. Big left side impact on the 2 car of Cindric. And several drivers that felt like they had a good chance to win this race tonight, that is now either damaged or gone.
The Maytag on board here. Oh my goodness.
That is exactly what it's like.
It's going to be shocked that you're not a near miss somewhere if the race is anything like this.
By the way, folks, while we've been showing you these sequences of replays, the race has been red flagged. So cars are stopped on the approach to the tri-oval as the crash zone, all the debris, everything's being cleaned up. That hit between Bubba Wallace and Austin Cindric, it doesn't get any better no matter how many times you see it.
No, watch the two car. That is just a blunt impact. Man, those hurt. These all hurt. I've been in many of these wrecks, and I got to tell you guys, it's easy to sit in this seat right here or sit at home and say, well, this guy did this and this guy did that. When you're going that fast, you're going that close to each other, and everybody's coming to the end of the stage, everybody's trying to get the best finish they can. It just happens in a millisecond. Next thing you know, you're pointing the wrong direction.
Look at the line chasing here. Larson tried to defend. Wow, they almost come together into 3. Briscoe right up against the fence. Wallace has the inside line.
Contact.
Caution is out. Oh boy, Zane Smith on his side. And over. And there we go, that's a good sign. Zane Smith out of the car, communicating with the AMR safety team, and here's how it went down.
Run the red flag because of this wreck. 42. John Hunter Nemechek just drives into the left rear quarter panel with Zane. Zane climbs the wall, and gets on the left side and just rim rides it all the way around. Not sure I've ever seen that before, Steve.
No, it reminds me of Brad Keselowski decades ago at Fontana and Xfinity cars. The only time I remember, and then when it finally gets perpendicular to the asphalt, it catches in, and I can tell you those look like slow tumbles, but I guarantee inside the car those are some very hard hits. Scary situation right there. Driver against the asphalt for a long, long time. The 42 got sent back up for a really hard hit, and then right here, these are very, very tough tumbles against the asphalt. And then that one lands. You know, there's no more air in the tires. It lands right on the frame rail.
We saw an Xfinity wreck like this years ago at Bristol. These are, when Nemechek went back across the racetrack, he got into Barry and shot both of them up to the right.
This will be wild.
Things happen so quickly when they first happen, but this takes forever when you're in that car. This part.
Pictures tell the story. We're under red flag conditions here in Kansas. And again, if you're just joining us, Zane Smith did get out of the car with the assistance of the AMR safety team and walked away and will be checked at infield medical.